Good morning everyone and welcome to another morning session of our Women's Health morning session. My name is Nzali Bangisi and I am a biokineticist from the Sports Science Institute of South Africa, bringing you another exercise session with the Home of It series with Totalsports. I hope everyone is having a great morning, and this morning guys we have none other than an abdominal focus workout session. So if you guys are ready, grab your towels, grab your mats. And today we also are bringing in the Pezzy ball. If you have a Pezzy ball, please go grab your Pezzy ball. Otherwise, if you don't, you can just grab a normal pillow. That could work as an alternative to your Pezzy ball. Remember guys, if you have any injuries or any medical condition, please do make sure that you do get your go-ahead from your doctor, your practitioner, physiotherapist or biokineticist before you do any of these exercises. Right, before we start, we're going to go for our mobility and our activation set before we start with our abdominal session. Right, so you're going to go onto a wall or a stable surface like a table, and you're going to be kneeling right next to the wall for me. Right, so the left leg will be the leg closest to the wall, will be the leg up in front, and you're going to be kneeling in that 90-degree pose. You're going to put one arm up just in front of your chest, in line with your shoulder, and the other arm right next to it. You're going to go into thoracic rotation here. You literally just keep your arm on the same level, just open up the chest, and your eye following your thumb at all times, and come back to the middle. As far as you can go, obviously, guys. Try and keep your hips facing forward at all times, and you're just opening up that arm, and closing. We're doing 10 rotations on each side. 3, 7, last 3 on this side, 10. Good. Before we go over to the other side, you're going to stay in this position, and we're going to now stretch our hip flexors. So in this position, you want to keep your feet in the same position, and I want you to move your hips forward. Keep your knee also there, and just move your hips forward nice and gently. Keep your back upright, and you're going to feel a nice stretch going down your right hip flexor if you've got your left leg up. And just hold that position for a few seconds. And we're going to come back and let's turn around and do the other side. Let's start off with our rotations. The leg closest to the wall is upright in front of you. One hand up next to the wall and the other hand right next to it. Keep it at shoulder level, and you're going to do your rotations. 10 rotations. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, to your last one, and 10. Good. Stay in that position, and you're going to gently move your hips forward as you open up that hip. Keep your back upright. Right, and you can gently come back, and let's stand up and finish off our mobility and activation set before we go to our Pezzy ball. Right, you're going to be standing right at the back of your mat, and we're going to go into an inchworm and high plank. So go all the way down, walk your hands down onto your mat into that high plank position. You want to bring your foot to your hand, so I'm going to bring my left foot up to my left hand, but on the outside of the left hand. And I'm going to go into a rotation after that. So I'm opening up the hip here, I'm opening up my groin. At the same time, I will open up My right hand up to the ceiling, eyes following hand, and come down. And we're going to go to the other side. Right hand to right foot on the outside of the hand, and open up left arm and down. We're going to do 10 in total, 5 each side. And we're going to do one more, the last one, number 10. And 10. Drop your knees down onto the mat. Get onto your quadruped position. So your wrists are directly underneath your hands, shoulders, and your knees are directly underneath your hips. Open up your arms, shoulder, and your knees hip width apart. And you're going to do some thread the needle rotations. So we're going to go into dynamic stretch. As I bring my left arm in my chest, between my right arm, I'm going to stretch, try to get the shoulder to touch the ground, and I'm going to rotate up and back down. So in and up. 10 of these, 5 each side. Remember, try to get that shoulder to touch the ground before you move. Last one, and 10, perfect. You're going to open up your knees a little bit wider, get your big toes to touch at the back, and you're going to drop your bum over to your heels as you get into your child's pose. We're going to go into a dynamic child's pose and cobra move. So you're going to go down, bum towards your heels, stretching out those arms out in front of you, and we're going to hold for 3 seconds each movement. So going down, 1, 2, 3, immediately come up, extend your legs out, bring your bum down, and you're going to push your arms up into that extension. Hold for 3 seconds as well. And come back to your child's pose. 2, 3, and into your extension. 1, 2, 3, and back. Really curl your back down towards your heels in this motion. And come down. Hold for 3 seconds, and move back again. And we're going to go for one more. Back down into your cobra. Push your hands into the mat, lift up, extend at the back, and back down into your cobra. Child's pose. Right, let's get into our activation set. So you're going to be seated on your mat, with your knees bent, feet nice and flat, with your arms out in front of your chest. My thumbs are facing up and my palms are facing each other. My back is upright. If you need to have a cushion or something here for your back to support, please do so. Otherwise, you're going to go into a nice upright back, and we're going to do a roll down and a roll up. We're going to do 5 of these. So as you're going down, I want you to curl your pelvis in. So really tuck your tailbone in as you hollow out your stomach. So you're going to go from the bottom as you curl down nice and slowly. And nice and slowly curl just each vertebra down onto the ground. Keep your arms over your chest. Come down. And then we're going to roll back up. Keep your knees bent. And you're going to roll back up. As you inhale, lift your arms over up towards your ears. And as you exhale, bring them up towards your chest. Keep them at chest level, and you're going to curl yourself all the way back up. Keep your feet on the ground. If you need something holding you down, you can slip your feet underneath a chair or a table and inhale to prepare. And as you exhale, curl your back in, hollow out your stomach nice and slowly. Slowly go down, arms above your chest. Relax. Inhale, lift your arms up towards your ears. Exhale, lift arms to chest and lift. Notice how I'm not using momentum here. I'm literally using all my abdominal strength as we activate. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, curl. Nice and slowly. Really, really put your belly button down away from your shirt. As you activate, inhale, prepare. Exhale, lift. Nice and slowly. 3, we've got 2 more to go. Inhale up, exhale up. Remember, no momentum here, and we're going to our last one. And relax, good. We're going to stay here on your back, and we're going to go into a single leg stretch. So we're going to bring one knee into your chest as both hands pull that knee into your chest. The leg that is straight on the ground, I want you to lift it now off the ground. Flex your toe as you have that leg lifted off. And I want you to now go into a chest lift. So lift your upper back off the ground, looking at your hips. So now my upper abdominals are nice and active and my knee is into my chest. We're going to go into a single leg stretch as we swap over and I pull my knee into my chest. And I'm staying up in my chest lift. We're going to count 20, which is 10 in total. So it's nice and quick transition. Straight after that, we're going to go into a single leg stretch with our legs straight out. So you can hold behind the knee. And you're literally going to pull that knee or leg into your chest as far as you can. Remember, you're staying up in that chest lift, looking up at your hips. And we're going to tap. So legs off the ground again. And tap, tap, and tap, tap. Right, so we're going to do 20 each one. So we're starting off with the knee to chest, leg off the ground, looking up at your hips, and we swap. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Pull the knee in. 2, 3, 4. Extend that leg. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that's 20. Now extend that leg up to the ceiling, hands behind the knee, pulling the leg into your chest, and we're going to go tap, tap, and swap, tap, tap in that chest lift. Right, lift up, and let's go. Double tap, and pull. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And relax. You can pull your knees into your chest and rest for a moment. And now we're going to be using our Pesi ball. So if you have your yoga ball, if you don't, that's fine. You can always use your pillow. Right. So we're starting our workout with our Pesi ball. Right, so you'll have your Pesi ball either underneath you. So the first exercise, your Pesi ball will be right underneath, in between your glutes and in between your calves. So your leg is resting in a bent position on top of the Pesi ball. Your arms are a little bit wider than your mat, so up in a V position. And you're literally going to just drop your knees without trying to hold your hips onto the ground. So you're going to drop your knees both down to one side. When you feel your shoulder blade going off the ground, that's when you need to pull your knees back into the middle. Right, let me show you the other side. Drop both knees down to the ground. As you feel the shoulder blade coming off the ground, you lift, pull with your obliques to come back to the middle. Right, if you want to make this a little bit harder, you can kick your Pesi ball away from you and you can literally get into a tabletop position. So knees up above you with nothing in the middle, and you're going to drop your knees down and lift back up. So if you have a pillow, you're going to put your pillow in between your knees and you're going to drop, same concept, hips off the ground, shoulder blades stay on the ground, and you lift back up to the top. Right, you're going to go for 10 rotations. So let's go. Switch on those obliques. Remember, using your obliques to bring your ball back up to the middle. Nice and slowly drop, shoulder blade on, and switch. Remember, keep your belly button down, away from your shirt. Really activate, keep your back nice and flat on the ground. Hands are extended out on the sides. Try not to balance on your hands too much. So when you're dropping on this side, do not push with this hand. So it's not your hand that's doing the work here. Your obliques should be pulling in as you rotate. As far as you can drop, make sure your shoulder blade stays on the ground and pull. 3 more. And last one. And relax. Right. Bring your legs down onto the ground with your pesi ball in the middle of your knees. So squeeze your knees into the pesi ball so that it doesn't move. And you're going to lie on your back. As you're on your back in that position, we're going to do sit-up and punches on the ball. So as you sit up, you punch the ball 4 times and you come back down. So as you're punching the ball, remember your knees or your legs have to keep the pesi ball there. So if I punch and my pesi ball moves, that means I'm not squeezing hard enough. So if you want to make it a little bit harder as well, you can bring your legs up to tabletop position with your knees or your pesi ball in between your knees still, and you can still do a sit up with the punch there. So we're going to punch 4 times as we sit up, and we're going to do 12 of these. Right. So feet on the ground, my knees are securing this ball here, and I'm going to go for 4 punches as we lift. So sit up, 1, 2, 3, 4, and down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, keep squeezing, 10, 2 more, 11, last one, and 12, perfect. That was number 3. Last one, you're going to stay on your back, but now put the ball in between your feet, right? You're going to stay flat on your back with your legs out straight. Ball is in between my feet, and I'm still squeezing a little bit so that that ball keeps nice and secure. Right, the key here is to try and make sure that your back stays nice and flat on the mat. So how do we do that? Belly button down towards the ground without holding your breath, right? Normal breathing, activate your core, feet in between the ball, and I'm going to bring the ball up towards my feet as I transfer down and back down. So hands down, that's 1. So bring the ball, drop my ball into my hands, legs down, my hands go up above my head, touch, come back to the middle, and that's 2. Right, we're wearing 12 of these. Let's go. Back is nice and flat. The further you go down with your legs, the more you will extend in the back. So you control how far down you go. If you can control it all the way down, that's perfect. Just don't lose your ball. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 2 more, 11 to your last one, and 12. Well done. That was your first set done. Let's move straight to the second set. Feet right in between my ball, bent knees, arms out straight in a V position, and I'm doing my rotations. Remember, shoulder blade on the ground, squeeze your obliques to lift back up to the middle. Keep going. If you don't have a ball, remember, so you have your feet up at tabletop position with your pillow in the middle and you're still rotating. Same thing. Pulling with your obliques. Keep going. Five each side, 10 in total. Eight. 10. Two more. Last one. And 12. Perfect. Let's go for our sit-up punches. Legs in between the ball. Nice and secure. And we're sitting up 12 times, 4 punches in between. And let's go. 2. 5. 6. 2. Keep going. If you have a pillow, you're punching your pillow. And 12. Good. Last one. Feet on the pesi ball, lying straight on your back, and you're bringing that ball up to your hands, dropping your hands overhead, drop your legs down, and bring them back up. That's count 1. 12 of these. Remember, keeping that lower back nice and strong, back on the floor. The lower down your legs go, the more strength you'll need. Eight. Keep going. Going for 12. 9. 10. 2 more. And last one, 12. Well done. If you need a small break, grab some water quickly, and we're going to our last set. Right, we start off with our rotations. Feet on the ball, bent knees, arms out straight into a V position. And let's drop using those obliques. And push. 5 each side. Keep your shoulder blades on the ground. 5 more. Last 2. And 5. Perfect. Feet on the ground, knees in between my pesi ball, sit up punches, 4 punches in between, 12 in total. Let's go. Six more, halfway, keep going. Last 2. And 12. Perfect. Straighten your legs out, feet in between the ball, and you bring it up over to your hand. 12 in total. Let's go. Three. Halfway, 6 more, keep going. Last 2. Keep it going. Last one up. And 12. Well done, guys. That was your 3 sets done. Grab a sip of water before we finish our last set with the pacing ball. Right, guys, our last set will be knee tucks with the pacing ball, right? So I'm going to show you how to get on the ball so that you can safely get on the ball so you can do your knee tucks. And then the second one will be a plank on the pacing ball. Remember, if you don't have a ball, that's still fine. I'll give you an alternative to the exercises. Right, so if you have your ball, you're going to lie flat on your stomach on the ball for me first. And then you're going to roll yourself forward until your feet are just on the ball there, right? So that your hands are underneath your shoulders and feet are just there. And we're going into a knee tuck. So we're going knees in, keeping your bum down and extending back out to your starting position. Right, so remember, you don't bring your bums up like that. You want your knees in and down. Right, bums all the way in. And as you go off your ball, you walk your hands back and the same